Uh-oh, several guys found themselves in serious trouble today. I'm going to need your problem-solving skills to get them out of it. You'll have a chance to help them and get 1 point for every correct answer. A transportation paradox. Amy has overslept this morning, and she's going to be late for work. She gets ready, runs to the bus stop, and hops on the only bus waiting there. Uh-oh, it seems to be the wrong bus. There are 3 doors at the back. The driver tells Amy only one leads to safety. Behind the first one, there's a giant elephant that will step on anyone who isn't gray. Behind the second one, there's a tiger who will eat anyone who isn't orange. Behind the third door, there's an anaconda that will swallow anyone that isn't green. What kind of cockamamie bus is this? Anyway, Amy sees 2 buckets of paint. One is yellow and the other is red. You have 7 seconds to help the girl. She should mix the red and yellow paint to get the orange color, paint herself, and head out the second door. Boy, I can't wait for her excuse when she shows up at work painted orange. A secret room. Well, hey, Amy finally gets to work. But instead of entering her office, she walks into a mysterious room. There's someone dressed in a hooded cloak inside. The figure lifts its arms, and the doors behind Amy close shut. Then she hears this. To open the door, you have to guess what word I have in mind right now. Sounds kind of like Barney from the mailroom. The girl scans the room, lost in thought. Then she smiles and says the word. You have 7 seconds to figure out what word she said. It's candles. The room is filled with hundreds of them. The right dimension. Amy has to go through a large forest on her way home. All of a sudden, 3 portals appear in front of her. Each can take her to a different place. The first one will land her on the moon. The second portal will move her to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. The last one will take her 30,000 years back when large dinosaurs were still roaming around. Which portal leads to safety? The third one. It turns out that dinosaurs actually went extinct 65 million years ago. Amy will be safe there. A locked car. Amy's had a tough day, and it's about to get worse. Must be a Monday. When she's heading out to the underground parking to get her car, the electricity goes out. Then she sees a glowing 3-digit PIN code lock on her car. On the floor, there's a piece of paper with 009 written on it. She enters the number, but the attempt is unsuccessful. The girl thinks a bit more and figures out the correct code. What is the code? You have 7 seconds to guess. Amy flipped the paper upside down and read the number correctly. It's 600. Giant lake tunnels. Anna and Greg are on an adventure camping trip. When they're walking across a flimsy bridge, it starts to collapse. They rush to the other side and see 3 deep tunnels there. The guys have to jump in one of them to survive. The first tunnel leads to a volcano with hot lava bubbling in its crater. The second one is a lake filled with hungry 50-year-old piranhas. The last tunnel is an abyss with spiky stalagmites at the bottom. You have 7 seconds to get these 2 out of there. Anna and Greg should pick the second tunnel. Piranhas can only live for up to 20 years. Trapped at the mall. John's looking for a gift at a shopping mall. One of the stores has a mysterious extension that leads to a vault filled with diamonds and gold jewelry. As soon as he walks in, the owner pulls the bars down and locks him in the room. He tells John he has to eat one of the 3 cookies on the side table. Then he'll be set free and get the treasure. The first cookie will turn John into an animal. The second cookie will make him a giant. The last one will make him invisible. Which one should he eat? The first one. He can turn into a hamster and squeeze through the bars. That's how he'll get out and win the gold. Who took the computer? Mark and Amy were parents to a boy called Jacob. One day, Mark's laptop disappeared and nobody in the house could find it. They called the police. When a detective arrived and searched the scene, he found a note on Mark's desk. It was written by Jacob. The note read, "Wow!" The detective immediately figured out who had taken the laptop. Can you understand it too? It was Amy. If you turn the note upside down, it'll read Mom. Yep, Sticky Fingers Mom. An escape. An archaeologist is exploring an ancient cave in an isolated area. When he's about to leave, the front part of the cave collapses. The man immediately runs inside to save his life. He sees 3 tunnels. Only one leads to safety. The first tunnel is filled with giant mice. The second is home to 12 grizzly bears. The third one leads to a lake swarming with hungry sharks. Here are your 7 seconds. The safest option is the tunnel with mice. They don't attack humans. Now, as an aside, when have you ever seen sharks in a lake? Hey, I'm just nitpicking here. A parallel universe. One day, 4 friends went camping in the wild. When they wake up the next morning, they realize they're in a parallel universe. The friends see a tree with a small tunnel inside. It can take them back to the real world, but it closes in 16 minutes. They have one flashlight that has to be carried by one person, and the tunnel is so small that only 2 people can go through at once. It takes Mike 8 minutes to pass. Anna needs 5 minutes. Luke spends 2 minutes, and Jack just 1 minute. You get 7 seconds to do the math. Luke and Jack should go first. Jack will return and let Anna and Mike walk through. It'll take 8 minutes. After that, Luke will go back to get Jack. The crazy scientist. Tracy wakes up in a scientist's lab. He's been working on creating the largest snake ever and has succeeded. To avoid the monster's teeth, Tracy has to get out of there as soon as she can. There are, of course, 3 doors in the lab, but only one leads to freedom. Behind the first door, there are 20 life-size hungry cacti with shark teeth. Behind the second door, there are 4 giant spiders. The third door hides 2 hungry tigers that haven't eaten in days. Which is the best way out? It's the second door. Most spider species aren't dangerous for humans, and they don't attack people no matter how big they are. Okay, time for your scores. If you got 0 to 3 points, you need to watch more riddle videos and develop your logic skills. If you got 4 to 7 points, you're halfway there. Just pay more attention to little details. If you finish this race with 8 to 10 points, all the guys from the Riddles survived today, thanks to your genius thinking. Hey, if you learned something new today, then give the video a like and share it with a friend. And here are some other cool videos I think you'll enjoy. Just click to the left or right, and remember, stay on the bright side of life.